everyone, it's Chrissie and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So today we're actually going to be building a couple of duplex houses in Newcrest actually, and this is going to be for my save file. It's another build for my save that I've kind of been putting off doing because I didn't really know what I wanted to do exactly with this build. But this past few weeks I've actually sat down, I found a picture that I really liked, that I tried to kind of replicate, as much as we could in The Sims 4 at least. I'll try and find a picture, I'll try and find the picture that I used and put it up on the screen if I can remember where I got it, but I don't think I saved it. So if I can find it again, I'll put it up on the screen. Otherwise, I'm sorry, but yeah, I usually don't save the pictures that I use. But anyway, so moving on. So this is a couple of duplex houses in Newcrest, like I said, and it is for my save file, so I will have Sims actually living here as well. And you guys will see them standing out at the front, and I'll also put a picture of the family up on the screen for you guys. So basically we have Becca Lynn and her fiance Fiona Ryan. So Becca is the one with the white hair and Fiona is the redhead. And then they also have a little dog together. It's, I think, a Parson Russell Terrier or something like that. His name is Cooper anyway, but he's really cute. So yeah, they're engaged, they live together, they've been together for probably quite a number of years at this point, and they haven't gotten married yet because they haven't really had the time to get married yet. Maybe they've been engaged for a couple of years, and I don't know, they just haven't had the time from, to take off of their careers to actually get married. But it is in the future they will be getting married at some point. But yeah, they do have the little dog together, and they actually live in the left hand side duplex, so the bigger one basically. So the floor plan and the kind of inspiration picture that I found, I did obviously have to kind of change up the floor plan. I took a little bit of inspiration from the one that I found that actually came, together with the inspiration picture. But basically, obviously, I had to change up the floor plan a little bit because a lot of floor plans don't really translate well into The Sims. But anyway, so basically the house, or this lot, the two houses, you have the right hand side one, which is a little bit smaller. It's kind of like a really long, narrow kind of house. And then you have the left hand one, which is where Becca and Fiona will actually be living. And this one is a little bit bigger. It's bigger, it's a little bit wider, I guess, as well. And yeah, so that's the one that they will be living in. That's the one that we'll be furnishing on camera. I did furnish the right hand side one as well, the kind of quote unquote empty duplex, but I just put some basic furniture in there, kind of to make it look like, like a show home type thing. So there is furniture in that house, but it's not meant to be personalized or anything like that. I don't even show me doing that on camera just because it was really boring. It wasn't really anything special, so I kind of just cut that out of the video. But I did include screenshots of it at the end. So if you guys want to wait until the end and check out the screenshots for the right hand side build, then obviously feel free to do that. But yeah, obviously, because also this build is quite long, you might have been able to tell it's 30 something minutes long, and that's just the voiceover part. It's not even including the screenshots. So I did have to cut out quite a few things as well. So I cut out a lot of just cluttering up stuff and some of the landscaping, not much of it, but there isn't all that much landscaping anyway. This build was supposed to kind of look like a fairly new build, so maybe the homeowners association are very strict about the kind of plants and stuff that you can have. So a lot of the landscaping is fairly generic, just a bunch of green ferns and plants and stuff, and then a couple of flowers. I think I only used blue flowers and quite not even a lot of them. So yeah, maybe they're very strict about what you can do on the exterior of the house. So the exterior of the house is, or the whole house basically, is very kind of I don't want to say generic, but it's supposed to look like a very, like, it's supposed to look like a new build, like a new house that, you know, has been built to like very specific specifications, if that makes sense. And I don't really know how to describe it, but I have the exact like area in my head of where I live where you could find houses like this, and I can't think of the exact word to like describe it, if you know what I mean. But anyway, so yeah, that was, I don't know why I went on that tangent, but you know, coming back to The Sims. So basically we have the left hand side house, which, although right hand side, sorry, if you look at the build from the front, the right hand side house is, like I said, very generically furnished. Also, in my save, I actually went through and I kind of just locked all of the doors just to make sure that your Sims and other Sims won't like autonomously try and use items on the like right hand side house. I basically went ahead and I locked the front door for everyone. I locked all of the like gates to their little like yard portion as well. I locked all of those. I locked the like sliding glass door that's kind of their like back door in a sense. I locked that as well. So basically Sims shouldn't be able to access that house like at all. All of the stuff is in there and everything, but they shouldn't be able to access the house to use any of the stuff. So if you want to go ahead and download this build and, you know, maybe, you know, you don't want the furniture on the right hand side house because they're fairly useless, or if you want to download the build and kind of just live in that house, then obviously, you know, you can do that, you know, personalize the other house to kind of fit your Sims or whatever, and then maybe delete all of the furniture in like the left hand one, you know, where Becca and Fiona are living. Maybe if you wanted to delete all of the furniture in that house and play in the other one, you could do that. Or if you want to play with Becca and Fiona or any other Sims in their house, and maybe, you know, you don't want the bills to be as high or whatever, then just delete the furniture in the other house as well. That could work. I just didn't want to furnish this lot and build this build and just leave the right hand one like completely empty. I don't know, that it really bothered me for some reason, just having an empty house sitting there. So I did furnish it with like basic stuff. But yeah, I don't know what I've been talking about for like 8 minutes at this point. I'm a little bit all over the place today, in case you guys couldn't tell. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm all over the place, but it's currently 4 p.m. I don't usually record voiceovers during the day. I usually do them at night. So I don't know if that's it, or if I'm just very scatterbrained, like in general, because I've been feeling very scatterbrained the past couple of days. So yeah, if this voiceover is all over the place, then I do apologize. I'm also kind of not used to doing voiceovers that are this long at the moment. The past couple of builds and videos that I've put out have all been apartment builds, and they've all been on the shorter side. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to talk about for like 33 minutes, but we'll see. So yeah, talking about the house a little bit more again. So yeah, the house is, I'm gonna say the house, and when I say that, I mean like the right hand one, or the left hand one, sorry. The one that, you know, the Sims that I made will actually be living in. So basically, Becca and Fiona's house has 3 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms. But one of the bedrooms upstairs, there's 3 bedrooms basically upstairs. One of them is the main bedroom that has an ensuite. And then there's 2 like extra bedrooms or like kids' rooms. And then there's a big family bathroom upstairs. But one of the bedrooms upstairs is they've actually converted it into an art studio for Fiona, because Fiona is actually in the artist career. She's in like the patron of the arts branch, and I think she's like level 7 or something, so she's fairly high up in the career. And yeah, so one of the bedrooms, the one at the front actually with the big like corner windows, that one is actually going to be Fiona's art studio. And then the other bedroom is kind of just furnished as a guest room at the moment. They both want a big family. They both definitely want kids and a big family, all of that stuff. It's just they haven't like they haven't even gotten married yet, so they kind of want to like hold off on having kids for a little bit until, you know, they can get married, and, you know, they're currently still very focused on their careers basically. So they do want a family, but at the moment they don't have any kids. So the second bedroom is just furnished as a guest bedroom. I actually ended up cutting that out of the footage just because, again, it's a very like basic thing. There's no personalization or anything like that. It's basically just a bed, a dresser, a mirror, and that's it. So yeah, you can see it in the screenshots if you really want to, but I didn't think it was necessary for me to use it like in the speed build. But yeah, so the second bedroom is just a guest bedroom. Then you obviously have their big bedroom as well as the big like main like ensuite as well. I also ended up cutting out all of the bathrooms, by the way. That's something that I always do in my builds. Like 90% of the time I'll cut out bathrooms because they're very boring. I don't know, I don't personally like care about watching like someone furnishing a bathroom in a speed build. So I always cut them out, but I always include them at the screenshots at the end of the video. So if you want to see any of the bathrooms, then yeah, just stick around for the screenshots. But yeah, so that's basically the upstairs. We also have a separate laundry room upstairs as well. So yeah, so upstairs we have the 3 bedrooms, one of which is an art studio. You have the family bathroom, main bedroom, ensuite, and then the laundry room. And then downstairs, we actually have, as you walk in by the front door, you have a little small room that's currently an office for Becca. So Becca does have her own office downstairs where, you know, she can do some work from home if she has to or whatever. But Becca actually works in the politics career, and she's actually in the charity organizer branch, and I think she works as... I think she's level 6. Yeah, she's level 6 in the like politics charity organizer branch thing. So yeah, I think she's like a fundraising specialist or something. But yeah, so she works in like charity organizing, stuff like that. So she does have an office at home where she can work from if she needs to. Downstairs, there's also a little half bathroom as well, so like a bathroom for guests. We have the garage that I did actually end up putting stuff in, but none of it is like really functional stuff. So the big outdoor trash can is actually in the garage. There's also a debug car in there just for like realism purposes. And then just a bunch of clutter and decorations and stuff. I did also cut that out. So again, screenshots. So yes, everything is in the screenshots. And then we also have this really big open plan, like living, dining, kitchen space, which I actually really liked. I actually really liked furnishing this because I did the little trick with, you know, using the tool mod to scale down doors. So then you end up with this big like hole in the wall where the doors actually are. And then if you use windows, or you can use those like glass floor pieces from Island Living, and then use the tool mod to like rotate them and stuff like that. But I just used windows this time, and then I used the tool mod to kind of make them look like they're actually like big doors that have been pushed open. So the whole room is technically considered to be like inside, so you don't have any of those weird like outdoor lighting glitches or anything. And your Sims can actually still use the doors. So where I have that big open space kind of leading into the backyard, there's actually 3 doors there that I scaled down really small with the tool mod. And your Sims can still use them. Obviously, you know, you can't use the one that has a sofa in front of it, but the other ones, they still work. I playtested everything in this house, everything works. So yeah, your Sims can still use those doors to access the backyard, and I really like the way it kind of opens up the space and kind of like leads into the backyard. And I don't know, I really like the way it looked, and I loved the way it like looked in the screenshots as well. So yeah, we just have this really big kitchen, very modern kitchen. Both of them actually really like cooking. So yeah, they have a really big kind of like chef's kitchen type area with a really big island and everything. And then we have a really big dining area as well, because I figured they would like entertaining and like having guests and stuff. So they have a big table. They also have like a really big like living room, and I kind of used those bookcases from, I think they're from high school years, the black ones in the corner. And I basically stacked 3 of them on top of each other, and I did the same thing in the right hand side house. So in the kind of like generic one, I kind of wanted those to look like they were built-in units, so they would have been here when they like moved into the house. And obviously, you know, they've added books to them, but the like shelving units themselves, I wanted to make it look like they were like big built-in things that kind of like came with the house. So I did that over there, and then they have a little fireplace, TV, everything like that. And then obviously just some dog stuff as well, because like I said, they do have a dog, so they have a bunch of like dog toys and dog beds and stuff everywhere. I think I included a dog bed in the living room. I included one in their bedroom, as well as in both of their like office spaces. So Becca's office and then Fiona's like art studio. Her art studio actually also has a desk and a computer in it as well. So I figured, you know, sometimes she might actually have to work on the computer or whatever, and yeah, she can do it in there. So I included dog beds basically in every room of the house apart from like the guest bedroom. So yeah, Cooper is very much like their baby at the moment until they actually have kids. But yeah, he's very much like their first baby, if that makes sense. So yeah, they have all of that stuff, some dog treats in the kitchen as well. And I did try and tone it down a little bit with clutter. Obviously, I do still clutter up a lot of stuff. I had a lot of fun using all of the clutter items from the everyday clutter kit that we recently got, as well as a couple of items from the pastel pop kit, because both of these Sims kind of like, they really like lighter colors. So, you know, white, blue, pink, yellow. And they also kind of like more modern stuff. So the pastel pop kit actually really kind of fit in well with this build, like weirdly. So a lot of, not really the like super vibrant swatches, but a couple of the items from that kit does come in, you know, like a plain white swatch or a plain black swatch. A couple of the colorful swatches like the pink and stuff are also a little bit more, I guess, usable, the ones that don't have patterns and stuff on them. So I did use a couple of those items. And then also I used a lot of stuff from the high school years pack, funnily enough, because a lot of those items also come in, you know, like more pastel-y swatches. So it's still colorful, but it's not like super bright rainbow neon colors, if that makes sense. So yeah, there's also, the house is kind of like a mix of modern furniture and then also a couple of boho pieces here and there. So like those hanging egg chairs from the high school years pack, and you know, a couple of just some clutter stuff here and there are also a little bit more boho, because I don't know if it would be Fiona or Becca who's more into that style. I'm thinking Fiona, because I think Becca is a little bit more into just like clean, modern, you know, stuff like that, where Fiona probably likes, you know, still likes modern stuff, but she's also into some more like boho things. Just, you know, considering the way I did their outfits and everything, it just made sense to me. But yeah, so they have a couple of different styles, but everything is in this very like bright, a lot of white and lighter colors. And then there's a lot of black in this like house as well, just because a lot of the stuff that I thought would be in the house, that would kind of like come with the house, so like the counters in the kitchen, and you know, those built-in shelving units, the stair railings, stuff like that, those things would have obviously, they wouldn't have been chosen by Becca or Fiona, because I don't know if they're renting this place or if they own it, and like just bought it the way it was. But those kind of things would have been decided by, you know, whoever designed the house. And they're kind of like, I guess, universal, and they carry over to the other house as well. if that makes sense. So I figured, you know, they probably also like bought some black furniture just to kind of work with what was here, if that makes sense. So there's a couple of black furniture pieces in the house as well, and in their bedroom, in the main bedroom, I actually used I think it's like a coffee table, or I think it's an end table from the Desert Luxe kit, that big square concrete end table. And I actually used it in the black swatch, but I didn't use it as an end table. I used the tool mod to rotate it and kind of like turn it on its side, and then I made this really cool looking built-in kind of like headboard unit that kind of goes along the whole back side of the bed and then up the sides as well. You guys will see what I'm talking about once we get to it. It's kind of hard to explain, but I really like the way that turned out. I've never used that like specific end table for something like that, and I don't know, I really like the way it turned out. Their bedroom is very white. They have blue walls, like light blue walls, and then they have, I actually used the carpet from the pastel pop kit, the like really weird kind of like shag almost looking carpet, but I used it in the white swatch in all of the bedrooms actually. And so yeah, they have these like light blue walls with, you know, this white carpet, and then I used paneling from the base game in like this white like kind of paneling siding kind of looking thing, and I used that as an accent wall. And then, you know, that paneling, the white paneling, is actually behind the bed, and then you have these like big black kind of like concrete, like, I don't know, statement pieces going up the wall. It's really weird to explain. I think I'm doing a really bad job of explaining it, but you guys will see what I'm talking about once we get to it. We're just finishing up the office downstairs, adding some lights to the kitchen, you know, finishing touches downstairs. I can't speak. I'm not used to talking for this long, apparently. I'm a little bit out of practice. Yeah, I'm really not used to doing voiceovers for this long. But yeah, here we're just going through and adding some more clutter to the desk in the office, because I remembered there was a lot of like clutter items from the clutter kit that I wanted to use, so I ended up doing that. We have the hallway upstairs, which I actually ended up putting in just a little hallway table and a chest table. That's it, some art pieces, and then we're basically good to go for the hallway. And yeah, I think next we're going to be working on the main bedroom, I think. Yeah, once we put in some more clutter stuff, and then we're going to move to the main bedroom. So yeah, you guys will see what I'm talking about in just a second once I actually do it. But yeah, so I think that's everything I wanted to tell you guys about these Sims in particular. I'll probably like go off on a tangent at some point about them as well, like again. But yeah, so the house is up on the gallery if you want to download it. It's up on the gallery under my gallery ID and under like the hashtags and stuff. I'll have all of those stuff in the description. I'm not going to list it out because yeah, everything, it's always in the description, all of the download information for like the gallery, and also I'll have a download link to the gallery website in the description as well. And it ended up being almost like 241,000 simoleons. But do keep in mind, I kind of furnished 2 houses, and the house that I ended up kind of like personalizing, which is this one obviously, I actually ended up using a lot of clutter and stuff, so it's very expensive. It's like a 240,000 simoleon build, this, but yeah, I didn't really, like, I'm not like pack restricting or budget restricting or anything like that for any of my save file builds, so I didn't really pay attention to how much it costs. But yeah, so it's on a 30 by 30 lot in Newcrest. It's actually on the Tranquil Crescent lot in Newcrest, so yeah, I'll have all of the build information and stuff in the description as well, with all of like the download stuff. And yeah, it's completely custom content free, by the way. I didn't use any CC for it, even though I did use the tool mod. There isn't actually any custom content in the build itself, so yeah, that's something to keep in mind. And yeah, I think that's everything about the build. So yeah, you guys will have just seen me do all of the stuff that I mentioned with the headboard behind the bed. So yeah, I don't know, I really like the way it turned out. I like the kind of difference between like the white grayish wall and then this big black like headboard type thing, built-in headboard thing. And then I kind of used that headboard as the bedside tables. So they have like little salt lamps up there, they have some flowers and just some regular like bedroom clutter and stuff, as you know you probably would have on your bedside table. I just put it behind them on the headboard. And like I said, I tried to tone it down a little bit with the clutter, so I tried not to like stuff something in every single space in the house. So yeah, you guys will have to let me know how you think I did with that, because like I said, I did still use a lot of clutter even though I tried to tone it down. Especially in like Fiona's art studio, that room is so cluttered. Like there's a lot of like art stuff around, so like easels and canvases, empty canvases, painted canvases, you know, stuff that I figured she would have worked on and it's maybe just hanging out there for the moment. And yeah, so she also has a desk in there, like I said, and that desk is super cluttered. I figured that Becca would probably be the one that's a little bit more, I guess, tidier than Fiona is. So Fiona is the one that's a little bit more kind of, you know, if she's finished with something, she'll like put it down and then kind of just forget to put it away. So, you know, I figured, you know, her side of the bed is probably the one that has the water bottle on the floor. So that's probably Fiona's side of the bed. And then in her office, she has like coffee cups and water bottles like on her desk, you know, on the little palette where all of her paints and stuff are, by her easel and everything. So yeah, she's a little bit more kind of like, I guess, messy in a way, where she'll use something, she'll put it down, and then she'll kind of like forget about it. So yeah, her room is definitely a little bit more like cluttered and messy compared to the office downstairs. But I figured, you know, that's probably fine. She probably works from home a lot more than, you know, Becca does. So her room, like her art studio, her office, would definitely be a little bit more cluttered than the other one. So yeah, that's just something that I thought I should mention. And yeah, I think that's everything about the house. Sorry if I'm sounding a little bit distracted. My cat, he was actually sleeping on the bed behind me, and I just noticed that he got up at some point, and I'm kind of just waiting for him to scratch at my door at this point, because he always does that. Whenever he like wants to come into my room or wants to get out, he'll like scratch on the door. And I'm really hoping he waits until I'm done with this voiceover before he decides to do that, because yeah, I'm not going to stop this voiceover. And I really don't want you guys to have to listen to him scratching at the door. So I'm hoping he'll like calm down for a moment and give me time to finish this off first. But yeah, so I'm kind of just watching him out of the corner of my eye to see what he does. So if I sound a little bit distracted, then that would be why. But yeah, so I think that's everything that I wanted to mention about the house. The house does have a backyard. Obviously, they have quite a big backyard actually. They have a pool area, they have a grill, I think I ended up including a bar as well, some seating, you know, lounge chairs, all of that stuff. They also have a little garden as well that I ended up putting some plants in, because Becca is actually really into like eating healthy and, you know, taking care of the environment, stuff like that. So she's actually vegetarian. She's also a child of the ocean as well. So maybe like the political party or something, or like cause that she raises money for, actually has, you know, something to do with nature and stuff like that. So I figured, you know, she would like gardening. So she has a little home garden, and yeah, she's vegetarian. So she kind of likes growing her own food and stuff like that as well. So yeah, they have that set up. And yeah, I think that actually was the last thing that I had to tell you about the house. I know I've said that quite a few times, but I think that was actually the last thing. So something else that I wanted to mention, I don't think I've announced it in any of my videos recently. I mentioned it on the community tab a couple of days ago, but I don't think I've mentioned it in a video. is the fact that I actually went ahead and set up a Discord server for our community. So I'll go ahead and put that link, the invite link, right at the top of the description and probably in the pinned comment as well. But the Discord server that I set up is totally free. Anyone can join it. It's totally public and everything like that. So yeah, you can go ahead, you can come and join us, and there's a bunch of different channels and stuff set up in the server. We have a lot of like fun channels. We have channels for like Sims and gaming stuff. We have a channel for book related things and like crafting. And you know, there's also a bunch of fun roles that you can assign yourself. You know, obviously pronouns is very important, so I have a role set up where you can assign your pronouns. You can assign, you know, roles about, you know, your zodiac sign and like everything like that. It's a fun Discord. I put a lot of work into it as well. So yeah, definitely go ahead, check it out, join, and then let me know if you guys have any suggestions for the Discord. There's a suggestions channel as well, where you can leave suggestions for the Discord, but you can also leave suggestions for the YouTube channel. So like videos that you'd like to see me do, maybe like build ideas, you know, sim ideas, anything like that, leave that in there. And it's also a great way for you guys to kind of like keep up with, you know, the channel, with any like changes to the channel, or if I have something to announce, I'll announce it in the Discord. You know, everything like that. Or if you know, maybe don't want to miss any of my videos, I'll post in there whenever I like upload a new video. There's also a channel where you guys can post, you know, links to your gallery builds that you've done, or maybe if you make videos, then you can link your videos in there. If you're a CC creator, you can link your custom content, or you know, Sims 3 like links that you might have, or Sims 2 or anything like that. You can all link those stuff in the Discord. There's channels for everything. So yeah, definitely go ahead, check it out. Like I said, I'll put the link at the top of the description. And yeah, definitely go ahead, check that out, come join us, and I'd love to see you guys over there. And yeah, we're almost at the end of this video, so I think I'm gonna start wrapping it up. Like I said, if you want to download it, it is up on the gallery. All of the download information and everything will be in the description, and then the tray files will be going up for channel members. And yeah, 3 weeks, you know, in 3 weeks they will become public. So yeah, that's just something I wanted to mention. And yeah, I think also something really quick that I want to mention, just so that you guys aren't like caught like off guard, but basically I've really been getting the urge to jump back into The Sims 2. And usually when I get this urge, I'll kind of like obsess over The Sims 2 for a while, and I won't want to touch anything like to do with The Sims 4. So for the next couple of weeks, if I do start playing The Sims 2 again, you guys might see a couple of Sims 2 builds and a little bit less of the Sims 4 stuff. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys updated on the community tab and in Discord as well. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. I just wanted to mention it because I know a lot of you guys have been looking forward to seeing more Sims 2 stuff. So yeah, there's that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, give the video a like, you know, join the channel, hit subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. And I'll see you guys all in my very next video. Bye everyone.
Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane in the right in a way, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know, and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. The limit of love is endless, I know. Just do what you want with me.
So dehydrated, don't know what to say. Who's sleeping by my side? What did I do last night? Can someone make this headache go away? Yesterday was supposed to be quiet. Being to myself and sit in silence. Until I got a call, my friend showed up at my door. They wanted me to go out for a while. We were dancing in the dark with a view